Wow. Okay, let's dive into how AI and art and either coexist or clash. And for that, we're joined by Amr Awadallah. He's the founder and CEO of Vectara Inc., a generative AI company. Good to see you again. Thanks for taking time to chat with us.
Same thing here, Sean.
You had a chance to hear Mark's excellent story there. The main concern for many artists is copyright. So have any artists or animators have any success in claiming copyright infringement so far from AI images?
Very few pockets, to be honest, because we are still, most of us, most governments, we are still trying to decide what's the right way to handle that. Before AI, even without AI, if I see a nice painting in Ghibli style, and I'm a good artist, I absolutely have the right to redraw that Ghibli style with my own hands. I just have to disclose that this is something I recreated. Same thing from the Mona Lisa or whatever. Like individuals, we are allowed to do that. So there is a very big argument, like why is AI not allowed to do that as well, where it can embrace that art and recreate it. It's not exactly the same. And as soon as we disclose that this recreated art is recreated, is not the original art of Ghibli or the original art of Picasso, then maybe it's okay.
Okay, some Japanese lawmakers are apparently now considering making AI-generated images mimicking Studio Ghibli style illegal, treating it as copyright infringement. Your thoughts on that and the repercussions that this probably will have in Japan and abroad?
Yeah, so they're not going to succeed in Japan specifically. So Japan actually has the most permissive laws in the entire world when it comes to training AI models on copyrighted material. And that's not just for art, that's also for software, that's for books and words, it's for many, many other disciplines. So Japan really embraced, like as a country, it embraced that we need to feed and teach these AI systems with everything we've got to make them reach the much more higher level of maturity that we would like them to see. So I don't think these lawyers in Japan will be able to succeed in that effort. In the US, maybe, because we still have very strict copyright laws over here when it comes to that. And in fact, OpenAI and Google, Gemini and others are being, there's many, many litigations going on in place right now around that. So we'll see how it goes. But it really ends with the Supreme Courts. This will need to go all the way to the Supreme Court, and they will need to set an indication of whether fair use, there's this statement that says fair use of using copyright material is allowed within an AI context as long as it is, one, transparent, and two, it's not copying the work exactly as is.
Yeah, and people not familiar, fair use is a really broad determination by the highest court, so people do have a lot of leeway there. But picking up on what you were saying, it even muddies the waters a little bit more, because now there are reports that some AI art proponents posting fake cease and desist orders that they allegedly received from Studio Ghibli. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think that's folks trying to, in a creative ways, to prevent others that maybe are not as knowledgeable of the laws in terms of recreating these things. But again, as the news spreads out that these are fake, they're not going to respect these letters. So I appreciate the effort. And by the way, I have empathy for the creators of these new styles like Ghibli and others. I truly have empathy for them. But at the same time, I'm looking at the upside. Like the upside here is all of us now will be able to create amazing things. Like having this big wave of TikTok where people now can do these amazing social influencing shows that was not possible 20 years ago, and now it is possible. And in a couple of years with AI, not only that, they'll be able to make amazing movies and amazing new art styles. So this opens up creativity for all of us. So actually, I look at it as a positive, not a negative.
You know, Amr, also, I think that one of the first things I thought of, and probably people at home, how is this, if at all, affecting the bottom line for Ghibli images if people are using it?
That's a very good question. That is a very good question. So I think I like one of in the story that was running before we started, one of the statements was that the people watch the Ghibli movie not for the art is part of it, but it's really about the story, it's the creativity, it's the new idea they're delivering. This is really where the creativity lies. The art style of drawing, I take a picture of you, Sean, and then I convert it to Ghibli. I mean, it's cool, but that's not where the creativity is. The creativity is how you weave that together into something that's truly entertaining, that pulls us in. So I don't think that, if anything, actually, I think that makes Ghibli even more famous and more popular. So I think it's helping them right now. There's more people that know about Ghibli because of this.
Yeah, and to pick up on what the artist is saying, the artists who use these need AI as well. So there is this
Yeah.
symbiotic relationship.
Exactly. They're leveraging the AI to make this. In fact, right now, these artists at Ghibli Studios and others, they'll be able to wait, instead of making only one movie a year, they will make 100 movies a year. So I absolutely see this a win-win. Like, not only are people now more aware of them, and I would love to see more content that they create, they themselves will be able to produce way more content than ever before. And the community at large, including yourself and maybe your children, they will be able to contribute new creative ideas within the Ghibli world that we couldn't even think of. And by the way, this doesn't just stop at Ghibli. Like the big platforms, they also support Pixar style. So now Pixar is the big studio behind Toy Story. If you want to recreate a Toy Story scene, you can do that very easily. Disney is supported in many of them. So I see this really as opening up creativity to all of us. I agree that we should have mechanisms to compensate back the artists. Like, I agree with that, by the way. They should get some compensation.
Yeah.
We will leverage their work to train the AI. But I am more on the side of we need to enable this, because this will unlock a lot more creativity from the human species, as opposed to locking it down with laws and copyrights and stuff like that.